It's like a fucking coffee house, dude. Alright. Today, while chilling on a podcast, it's fucking Friday the 13th. Time to get spooky!
Fuck, I said it too soon! You didn't even fucking tell me you're doing extra shit! I'm AJ, I'm fucking stupid, and this is your boy Joel.
What?
We planned this shit out.
Yeah, and it still didn't work.
Still didn't work. It's fine. I'll just chop that up.
Or not.
Hi, this is Editor AJ, and I really don't give a fuck right now, so we're keeping that in, folks. That's just a lot of work to do right now. Yeah. I don't know!
We already have bloopers.
The whole thing's a blooper. What do you...
Alright. I'll take it from the top.
Actually, no.
Spooky!
I'm AJ, and this is your boy Jules, and today we're fucking talking about fucking Spook Day.
We are not talking about fucking.
We are talking about fucking Spook Day. That's what we're doing.
Spook Day, Full Moon Day, Friday the 13th Day.
It's not Halloween, but it is Spook Day.
It's close enough.
Today signifies where the spook begins.
The spirituality.
Spirituality.
Where the spirits are coming up like, I'm gonna fuck you. Never mind.
I'm gonna...
I didn't get through the thought before I said it.
I'm gonna fuck you.
I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna fuck this milk.
Fuck this equinox.
I'm gonna fuck this harvest moon.
I'm gonna fuck this autumnal equinox.
We have autumnal. We have a special guest today. It is called I'm Fucking Cold, so I'm wearing my warm blanket.
Special guest today. We do, however, have my puffkins, my little man, my little pumpkin.
Oh my god.
For spook season.
You better put in a picture of your pumpkin.
No shit. No context, this is my pumpkin.
It's just a full-sized gourd you have next to your face.
That sucks, I hate that. Anyway.
That is not spooky.
It is spooky.
Okay. Did that catch? Did you hear that?
You slapped yourself?
No, I slapped my squish ball with my brush.
We're 4 minutes in and I hate this.
We're already 4 minutes in. Oh my god. Okay. Friday the 13th. The movie.
Ready.
The day.
I got my candles, I got my incense, I got a sacrifice. I'm ready for the ritual, my dude.
You have 2 sacrifices.
I do have 2 sacrifices. I have both of my chihuahuas.
No animals were harmed in the making of this podcast. Or after the podcast, for that matter. She could not sacrifice her chihuahuas even if she wanted to.
No.
I am not doing anything for Friday the 13th, which, to be honest, I'm kind of happy about, but kind of sad about.
I mean, I feel that.
I don't have friends nearby that I could go hang out, you know? So, I'm home.
I'm home. Don't act like you won't be on the phone with me the entire time.
It's true. I definitely will be.
So we're getting that ritual in.
Yeah. This is a it's
Yeah.
a ritualistic thing that we do on the phone every night. And that's why we're doing this, pretty much.
Yep. We're like, damn, we're good at talking to each other, so why not let everybody else listen to us talk to each other?
But you won't have to listen to us talk as long as we actually talk. Because if that was the case, this podcast would be really long.
Podcast would be like 9 years long.
Longer than our friendship. By the way, I'm sick. If you didn't get the drift.
I don't think anyone cares.
Hey, I care.
After this ritual, we're gonna both feel very, very nice.
It's the first Friday the 13th I've ever been sick. I'm worried about that.
I don't have any money for chicken nuggets.
Oh, 69 cents. That made no sense.
And you also don't have fucking money to buy the fucking Harvest Moon game. So we can't play our farm simulation.
I have no money for anything. I am a broke bitch.
I'm laughing because I'm in the same boat.
I love Friday the 13th. I want to do so many things for Friday the 13th. If I could just throw a Friday the 13th party, like, all out. I'm talking like I hire someone to kill somebody. Like,
damn.
All out. I would.
When they say surprise me on a date with a sniper, they always choose the sniper.
It's true. I think people are going to learn very quickly that this is just pretty much for us to make each other laugh by saying something stupid for an hour.
For an hour.
So if you get to the end of this podcast,
here's your medal.
You a real one.
You ba-da-da-da-da. The motherfucking OG.
Motherfucking OG. Also, if you don't like swearing, this is not the podcast for you.
Not the podcast for you. If you're looking for PG talk show host for the fucking give me a child's show. My brain. If you're looking for a talk show about Blue's Clues, this ain't it.
Although I do love Blue's Clues.
We stand Steve, but we do not stand not cussing. That was a sentence.
That was too many negatives, I'm
I
pretty sure.
don't care what anyone said. That was a sentence. Listen, I am riddled with ADHD.
Riddled!
Riddled.
You're riddled.
Riddled. Very perplexed.
Speaking of riddles.
You're gonna give us a Friday the 13th riddle?
I could. I was gonna ask you what topics you have today.
Topics do I have today?
Yeah.
Pretty much just the Harvest Moon, and we already covered that. It's the only thing I care about.
You're like, I'm writing down topics.
Okay, but
the one thing.
We're talking Friday the 13th, the movie.
Ooh.
Which
one? Because I'm either extremely interested or not at all interested.
I know there's one. Is it Friday the 13th? Fucking Jared Padalecki's in?
Yes.
Yes.
It is, with his tight-ass shirt. I love
Jared
Padalecki.
That one wasn't too great.
No.
But Jared Padalecki.
That's right. So it's automatically my favorite.
Can't hate. We automatically have to be like, fuck it. All the rest of this cringe, I'll just have to live with.
Yeah, but he's in that tight shirt, so who cares about cringe?
Pretty much. This went from Friday the 13th to Jared Padalecki's tits real fast.
That's how it always goes with me, to be honest, though.
I mean, true.
If Jared Padalecki or Adam Driver is involved.
I was about to say, we haven't even gotten to Adam Driver yet. I'm surprised.
Hi, this podcast is about Adam Driver all the time, every time.
Hi, you've come to the wrong podcast. We may have said Friday the 13th, but we actually meant Adam Driver.
I could literally talk about Adam Driver for an hour. Don't even test me.
We will at one point, so everybody buckle up for that.
That's true. And Adam Driver, if you hear it, you're invited to the podcast.
Mr. Driver, if you hear this podcast of us thirsting over you, please email us.
But not with a restraining order, because that'll make me sad.
Please call 1-800 on our podcast.
Is that what the number is? 1-800 on our podcast.
That's gonna be the fucking thumbnail. 1-800 on this podcast.
Oh my god.
Your thumbnail doesn't match your fucking title. Yeah, well, Susan.
Listen here, Susan.
It's 2019. Nothing needs to match.
I do have some spooky riddles, though. You down?
Get me with one of them spook riddles.
Alright, here we go. The Smith family is a very wealthy family that lives in a big circular home. One morning, Mr. Smith woke up and found his mirror had been shattered. He knew it was one of his employees who had done it, so he asked them what they were doing in the morning, and he got these replies. Driver, I was outside washing the car. Maid, I was dusting the corners of the house. Cook, I was starting to make the lunch for later. From the replies, he knew who it was. Can you guess who it was?
No, you said driver though, and I was like, Adam?
After that, I heard nothing.
Nope, I tuned out the rest. Nothing else mattered.
Do you want what they were doing again?
I suppose.
The driver was washing the car outside. The maid was dusting the corners of the house, and the cook was starting to make lunch for later. Who did it?
The fuck? They don't need to eat lunch.
Why do you say that?
Isn't it fucking night?
No.
Or is it morning?
He woke up and found his mirrors had been shattered. It was in the morning.
He woke up. Why is he making lunch?
Making it for later.
Is that like a brunch thing? Who makes lunch in the morning for later?
They're wealthy people. They have food all the time. People are gonna listen to this and be like, "You're an idiot."
No.
Is the cook your guess because he was making lunch?
No. I don't know. Dusting corners seems a little suspicious, but she's a maid. Isn't that what maids do? Like, do your corners get dusty? Granted, they do, but like, I feel like that seems like a lazy excuse. So I'm I don't know. I'm gonna go with the maid because I don't like her dusting corners all like that, man.
It is the maid, but
Damn.
it's because the house is circular. It doesn't have any corners.
Bitch was dusting a seer. That just seems like a lazy excuse. Like, oh, I was dusting corners. Bro, shouldn't you be dusting everything?
Christ.
She just said the corners. Like, I don't trust you, bitch.
She's a horrible maid.
Just the corners and she leaves. All 4 corners of your house are done, sir. Goodbye.
Just 4? Like,
Just
most
4.
houses don't have more than 4 corners.
Yeah, but like, if you're doing like... If your house is weird-ass shaped, man.
Like circular?
Like, usually if you have a house... I live in a trailer, so I can't say anything. Because obviously this only has 4 corners. I think
No, you don't!
What?
You have rooms that have walls that make more corners.
Actually, no, we don't.
What, you all live in one room?
No, I mean, like, yeah, but I'm talking about, like, the 4 main corners. Like, if you were to take
on the
all
outside of the house?
Yes, the fucking frame.
She's outside dusting the corners of the house.
There's dust on the outside of your house, sir.
Bricks are really dusty.
Bricks are so old. I've been trying to open this fucking candy cane for the past 10 minutes.
Oh, here you go. Here's another riddle. It's fitting for what you're doing.
Okay.
How do you spell candy in 2 letters?
Is it with a C and a K?
What?
What do you mean?
How do you spell candy in 2 letters?
Into letters? Because can is one word. It's a word. You can't. No one letter. Like, you don't go A, B, C, D, can. No. That's not a thing. No letter sounds like that. But I guess, like, the D would just be a D. Because the D already makes a sound for the Y. So why is the Y in the word in the first place?
Because then if you didn't, it would be canned.
True. Okay. Alright. I don't know.
C and Y.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because and has A-N-D in it.
That's it. We're shutting down this podcast. I don't want to be here anymore.
Here you go. Ready? 2 men are walking in a graveyard. The first man walks to a grave. The second man said, "Who is in that grave?" The first man points to the grave and says, "Brothers and sisters, I have none. But that man's father is my father's son. Who's in the grave?"
What?
Brothers and sisters, I have none. But that man's father is my father's son. Who is in the grave?
His brother.
Brothers and sisters, I have none.
What the? He's not. What? Is it his son?
But that man's father is my father's son.
His dad's gay. That's all I'm collecting from him.
How did you get his dad's gay?
You said that man's father is my father's son.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's a lot of men, so
Automatically means gay.
somewhere in that mix. I don't know, he doesn't have brothers and sisters, so obviously some didn't work out with no coochie.
Oh my god.
I knew I was gonna be interrupted. What do you want?
This woman. Dishes.
Good for the dishes. I have all night.
Do dishes, woman.
You do dishes. I am AJ
Christ.
and I hate my mom.
You can cut that.
I know.
So what is your guess? That man's father is my father's son.
Okay, that man's father is my father's. That's his uncle.
So,
No.
uncle, that's your guess?
Wrong, ain't I?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
The person in the grave is him.
Fuck me.
That man's father is my father's son. So that man's father would be his father, and then he'd be his father's son.
Why do they gotta make it so complicated? Like, that was too many words for me.
Because it's a riddle!
Fuck riddles, man. Roses are red, violets are blue. This shit is dumb. I wanna leave.
That didn't rhyme.
I think it needed to.
Oh my god.
It's a haiku.
It's snowing on Mount Fuji.
Get out.
Alright, I'm leaving. This podcast is just now AJ. Oh! Okay. So,
I hated that.
it's been an hour. Oh no. Yes, it has.
Not since we were recording. It's been like 20 minutes.
What?
It's been 20 minutes.
Oh, that's the phone call. Got it.
Stupid.
I was like, there's no way an hour went by that fast. I don't believe it.
Away from spooky riddles,
Yeah.
let's talk about the right candy
For what? In general?
for Halloween in general. It's
Oh,
spooky.
for Halloween!
I mean a candy cane, but don't let that fool you.
This candy cane's my favorite Halloween candy. Mm-hmm.
Candy corns for Christmas, losers.
Unpopular opinion.
We're putting the stamp of disapproval on this.
Poof. Okay, so what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Hmm.
Candy cane. Next question.
We already discussed this.
You know what? Hold on. Where on earth did you get a candy cane? It's September.
I can get candy canes down at the fucking corner store.
Oh my god. Alright.
All year round, dude. I got a blueberry candy cane right now.
That's wild.
Shit's fucking popping over here. You don't even know.
Okay, sorry. Back to your favorite candy.
I'm obviously not gonna say candy corn.
Well, yeah.
Because that shit gets the stamp of
Disgusting.
disapproval. I really hate it. It's so gross.
It is disgusting.
Especially the buttered popcorn flavor. Like, why would you I can get
What?
buttered popcorn. Why would you make candy corn that flavor?
That's disgusting.
I swear to
That's how I
God.
feel about jelly beans that are butter popcorn flavor. How dare. So what is the actual favorite?
I don't
We know
know.
what your least favorite is, obviously.
Yeah, least favorite, man. Ooh, milk. Yeah.
You don't know what your favorite candy is? Like when you went trick-or-treating, you weren't like, oh my god, I want this one.
Well, see, what had happened was my parents don't celebrate Halloween,
Yeah.
so I kind of had to grow up not trick-or-treating. And then once I
Just
became
because your
a teenager,
parents don't celebrate Halloween doesn't mean you couldn't go trick-or-treating.
I wasn't allowed. That's the point.
That's some baloney.
My dad didn't see a point in the holiday. My dad is an Adam driver. Holiday is bullshit. He hates it. He doesn't see a point in celebrating anything dead. And I was like, we celebrate Cinco de Mayo, and you don't seem to be complaining.
People celebrate Easter and Christmas.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, we celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is literally Day of the Dead.
You get that. It's all about Jesus dying.
But this bitch, my dad, aka, was like, Halloween's bullshit. Why would I dress up my kid and go to a stranger's house to pick up candy I can buy? So he would buy us candy and like throw it at us, but it was always like generic candies, like saltwater taffy and shit. Like how I call that a generic candy. See how much I love candy canes?
So, what was your favorite candy that he threw at you?
Saltwater taffy, that's literally all we got. Either that or Smarties.
Sorry.
I'm not big on chocolate though. Probably because I wasn't allowed to eat it much.
Damn.
Like if we went to school and got like candy from Valentine's Day like we do in school, my parents would eat it. Like, I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. Fucking liar.
In your mouth.
That's just in your digestive tract right now.
Don't even lie to me.
I don't know. I like mellow cream pumpkins though.
Okay. There you go.
Good.
A normal candy.
I fuck with those. I fucks with the mellow cream.
Milk cream.
Mellow cream.
Okay, so you want a normal person who went trick-or-treating's answers?
Sure.
Well, everybody goes for the big houses. That's your trick-or-treating, like, 101. Go for the big houses with the full-size candy bars. Those are rare, though. They've always been rare where I lived. But Kit Kats? Throw some Kit Kats in there. That shit's bomb. I like... No one ever has 100 grand anymore. But that's one of my favorites. And Milky Way, if I can't get 100 grand. Those are the best.
That's true.
And the worst, if we're talking about candy and what people consider candy that they're gonna give you during Halloween, it's gonna be candy corn and popcorn balls. Because I'm like, this isn't candy. How dare you?
I love popcorn balls, though.
I do too. But if I'm going trick-or-treating for candy, I'm not expecting a popcorn ball.
And if I'm like going trick or treating, like say I would, I never have. I did once, and I was with my cousin, and we didn't get anything because it started raining.
Oh, that's the worst.
So we just went home and cried practically.
Oh.
Bro, I was
I
so
got sad
excited,
quick.
man. I was so freaking excited. I had my fucking costume. I was fucking Brendan Urie, but in the fucking Mona Lisa video. Oh yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Leave me alone, man.
Hey, little girl, what are you? I'm Brendan Urie.
I just put paper on my forehead so it was just real big. And I put a wig on top of the paper. They're like, why is your head so big? I'm like, I'm Brendan Urie.
Oh my god. I've always been generic. Like, just stuff you can buy from a store.
My mom bought us costumes, but I think it was to make us feel better. Because, like, all our friends were like, oh, you're not going trick-or-treating? Must suck to be a loser.
Oof!
And we're like, damn.
It's true, but you didn't have to say it.
You right.
Cute Marge Simpson. One of my favorite memes.
It's your boy, loser.
Don't you get me on Umbrella Academy.
I didn't
Don't do
say
it.
anything to you.
You said Luther.
I said loser.
Oh, they said Luther.
No, you just suck at hearing me.
I want to hear Umbrella Academy stuff.
You know what I hear?
Cake farts.
No! That's it, we're done. Not even an hour in.
I introduced AJ to the video Cake Farts.
It's disgusting. I am gonna put the fucking link in the description.
Oh my god!
Because I will not suffer alone.
Post the porn link in the description.
I don't really care.
I mean, technically it's not. I guess it is porn. I was gonna say, I don't really think it's porn.
At least I'm not putting 2 kids, 1 sandbox in there.
I introduced her to all the videos I watched when I was like 12 and got scarred for life.
Disgusting. I almost
One sandbox is probably why I like men. Because women do horrible things to men's penises.
He was ripping his peen up and down.
Anthony!
You want me to fuck you?
There's a
On
video
Friday
that
the
people can
13th?
watch. If you don't want to watch the actual porn, there is a video on YouTube called Game Grumps Gay Brothers. And they will tell you it without you having to watch it. But out of curiosity, you're probably going to watch it anyway.
That's also true because I did. And now I non-stop watch Game Grumps. So hi.
Yes, we love Game Grumps. Game Grumps, if you ever want to be on the podcast.
Dan, Aaron, my boy.
My love. Oh, I can't go a day without quoting the Game Grumps, so, like...
You literally can't, like, it's the worst.
That's my life.
He calls me at, like, I'd say like good 8 a.m. Damn, man. You know, me half asleep. I can't help myself. Yes, Aaron, my love.
My love.
And every time
Dan.
Every time he talks about an anime or whatever, or I see something and I'm like, how am I supposed to watch anime on sushi?
Oh yeah, if you have not watched the Crunchyroll commercial from the Game Grumps, it's a good one. It's a good one.
That's just religion now. If you don't watch it once a month, at least, you're being shunned from the village.
Once a month. You are the village fool.
Stan Adam Driver for clear skin. Goodbye, everybody. We strayed so far away from our topic.
What was that? Was that an hour?
No.
What'd you do, 30 minutes?
I didn't end it.
Oh! I was like, what? Good night, everybody. I was like, that's not an outro. What?
That's not an outro. He literally would have yelled at me if I ended it like that.
I would have.
AJ, you've watched way too many good YouTube videos to end it like that.
Very true. I will be on a phone call and AJ will watch YouTube videos while we're on a phone call. And I'm like,
it's like 2 hours of me just sitting there. And
not saying a word to me.
Then we get back to our regular schedule and coffee.
After you're like, Julian, did you die? And I'm like, no, I've been sitting here while you've been watching YouTube videos. What do you mean, did I die? What?
He's legit like, what do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? That's a good one, I always say. You know what's scary?
Scary, my dude.
We're talking about Friday the 13th. I have 2 jobs and I'm going to school now. And now I'm juggling a podcast. And I'm going to go to the gym.
Yeah, but it's just every Friday. We'll be recording, then I'll be editing for 2 days because it takes me 2 days to do everything in my life. And then you'll get the video on Monday.
Yeah, you say that, but also every other day of the week I'm busy. The podcast is only one day. The only day I have off.
It's literally going to take us 8 hours to make 1 hour podcast.
It's going to take you 8 hours.
Shut up, I have a stuttering problem. My head hurts all the time.
Because I don't have the time to do literally anything. I don't even have time to breathe anymore.
Cut that out. We're going to actually make this seem like we're rich and cool.
Rich and cool! I could never be rich and cool, even if I was rich and cool.
Yeah, right. I could literally be Justin Bieber and I would still suck.
Justin Bieber sucks, so...
Yeah, but if it was me, he'd suck more. Like, there's some people out there that like Justin Bieber. Now, if I was Justin Bieber, everybody would hate him. Like, there would be no one out there that would like Justin Bieber.
I don't know. Justin Bieber was a Spanish black white woman. Yeah, people might like him more.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Now he's just a cis white boy. No one likes the cis white boy.
I'm putting that description on my freaking tombstone.
That description?
Yeah, of me.
What would it be? What would it say?
Spanish white black woman.
That's what you are!
They're like, but what is she?
What's in her pants?
Says woman, thinks of dick.
What?
You know, when someone says they're a woman, I automatically know they have nuts.
It's true.
All you ladies out there, they're not boobs. It's just a ball sack. It's in the wrong spot.
It's stuck to your chest.
I hate that. Which
It's
makes
called
the term
chesticles.
which makes the term dickhead correct if anyone has ever called you that. So there you go. Here's your validation.
There's your validation.
AJ condoning dickheadism. Unheard of.
Dickheadism.
It's a new religion.
I like it.
All the white boys say, "Hey."
Hey! What?
I hit myself with the liter of my fucking 2 liters
Sunkist?
of strawberry lemonade Sunkiss.
Not sponsored.
Fell out of my hand and hit me in the face. Because it's so heavy that I have to lift it to nose level to get a drink.
Well, that's what you get for drinking out of a 2-liter.
That's what you get for shutting the fuck up.
I'm not allowed to speak anymore.
Also, Pornhub, not sponsored.
Not sponsored. That's true. Cake farts,
Pornhub?
not sponsored.
Pornhub, if you're looking to, sponsor, we could use that.
True.
Watch us find,
We'll
like,
plug
the
you.
audio. Watch us find, like, the audio of our podcast on, like, a porn. Like an anime porn.
You want me to fuck you?
Anthony! Full service. Just like Susan.
Just like Susan. Yeah, that clipped over a hentai. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I love it when Shadow gets power drives by Knuckles.
Ew.
No. Listen.
Pile drived?
Yeah. Listen.
That's horrible. I hate it.
It's true.
It's true.
Shadow would dominate Knuckles.
I thought you said Sonic.
It's Shadow!
Oh!
Sonic's a
makes more
chaotic switch. I
Wait.
don't give a shit.
Are you saying Shadow dominates Knuckles or Shadow's getting dominated by Knuckles?
I'd say Shadow would dominate Knuckles. Knuckles can be a little bitch sometimes, man.
So can Shadow, though.
Yeah, but Shadow can wield the fucking Chaos Emeralds. Knuckles cannot.
Yeah, but Knuckles can infinite jump in fucking the Lost World, so...
Yeah, but if he's on his hands and knees, those knuckles are going to keep him straight down.
You're right.
He's the perfect
You're
power
absolutely
bottom.
right. And those Lego shoes.
That's very true. And the genesis of my friend Adam, Knuckles is sick as fuck.
We got way off topic again.
Happy Friday the 13th, Knuckles is sick as fuck.
Happy Friday the 13th. We're talking about hedgehog porn. I don't know how that happened.
God,
That is
dead.
pretty scary. If I clicked onto a podcast and heard that, I'd be like, oh no.
Dan, Aaron, did you ghostwrite this?
Did you ghostwrite what's coming out of my mouth from my brain?
Did you ghostwrite my thought?
Technically, yes.
Technically, I feel that.
At least mine.
Ah.
Oh, man.
Okay. Let's talk about spook games.
Spook games? Oh. Yes.
The best scary games.
Best scary game. It's probably a tie between the first Outlast
True.
and Resident Evil 7.
Resident Evil, just the whole fucking thing, valid. All the Resident Evil, valid. Chris Redfield, valid.
So valid.
So valid.
The validist.
Leon, valid.
Valid.
I love that man.
Barry? Valid.
I didn't really like Resident Evil 0 though.
It was one of the more lackluster ones, that's for sure.
But for me, I'd have to say, yeah, the Silent Hills for me was scary.
Back in the day, they were pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, like, true. But, like, for me, that was terrifying. Because I'm a little bitch.
Well, I mean, okay, PT, when that was going to be a thing, that demo almost made me shit my pants.
Damn.
That had some serious, good, scary quality to it. And I was so devastated when I found out it wasn't going to come to fruition.
That's true.
So sad.
But Outlast really fucked me up.
Outlast was really good, and to be honest, surprisingly enough, because I always feel like DLC for games are not very scary, but Whistleblower actually beats out the actual Outlast game. Whistleblower was genuinely scary compared to the original game.
I feel that.
So, round of applause to them. It was really good.
Recommended scary games. Definitely Outlast.
Oh yeah. I was going to say all three of them, but technically there's two. But Whistleblower as well. It's very good.
Resident Evil. Any of them. I don't really care. You send me Chris Redfield, I'm gonna be like, ha, you're my best friend. Goodbye, Julian.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Wow.
I don't want to say Silent Hill.
I will say, what was it called? Here, let me look it up. There was a game way back in the day when very controversial PewDiePie played games still that I loved, and it was actually scary, even though it was a like very bit pixelated game. Crooked Man. You can get it on Steam. It's $2.09. Real cheap, really good. Actually, genuinely scary, which is good for a pixelated game.
Now, I don't know if you remember this, but Eternal Darkness.
Oh!
That
I
shit was.
loved Eternal Darkness.
That was the fucking shit, man.
Oh, man.
I played the fuck out of that.
Yep, that is a good game. I like less scary, more shocking. Obviously, Doki Doki Literature Club. That will throw you for a damn loop. If you have not played it, if you've not watched it, play it. I kind of gave it away by saying it's part of the scary games, but it's shocking, to say the least.
It really takes a turn. That game fucking twists.
Oof, my god. Very intense.
Very intense. Very nice. Oh.
I was... Wow. Do you have a scary game that's not very good at all?
I don't know.
There's this game that the Game Grumps play. I'm going to talk about Game Grumps again. I hate my life. They have played Shattered Memories. Just so you guys know, it's really, really good. I suggest watching it. They played a game for Ghoul Grumps, and it's one of those games where it's supposed to be scary, and you know they're really trying, but it didn't work. It was about like chicken, like actual chicken, like bone in, you buy it chicken.
Love that.
I gotta find what it's called. It actually got me once, but it was it's really dumb. Chicken in the Darkness. That's what it's called.
Chicken in the Darkness.
One of the worst scary games I've ever seen in my life.
We had this game for his Dreamcast. My dad loved it. System Shock 2.
System Shock 2.
I didn't really like it. It wasn't scary. It's supposed to be like a survival horror game, I guess.
Dreamcast. I never had. Oh my goodness. That looks insane.
It really was. It was more confusing than it was insane. For me, at least. I don't know about anyone else.
You know what this reminds me of, looking at these screenshots?
What?
SCP Containment Breach. Very good.
I'll give you that.
So, yeah, that one's...
Well, there is an outbreak in the fucking game now that hits my brain. It's like this fucking genetic infection that goes through fucking people legit.
Yeah.
And like the player can fucking develop skills and shit, and it gets confusing.
Interesting.
You're like this soldier on this fucking starship or whatever, and like a fucking outbreak comes out and starts fucking shit up, and then you're trying to fucking fix it.
It's space.
It's space games for me aren't the greatest. I have No Man's Land.
Oh.
I play the fuck out of that.
I don't like space games really either. They're just not for me. I've never been a fan of space things, really. Shout out to Kylo Ren for getting me into Star Wars.
Adam Driver.
Yeah, Adam Driver. Thank you so much, Adam Driver. That's really the only reason why I watch Star Wars. I'm gonna be really sad when it ends in December. Oh gosh, my heart. But like, I've never been into space stuff. There's a new horror game that Jacksepticeye played. I can't remember what it is, but it's kind of a horror game, and it's a space game, but it's actually genuinely well done, and I do like that. I also love, what is that called? Prey. Prey was really good, which is alien-y. So, I was a big fan of that one.
I'm not a big fan of space shit either. Shout out to Star Wars. I don't know. It's always the same for me. Like, you watch space stuff, and you're like, this is gonna be the same, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna be along the same premises. Alien eats people, or alien takes over planet, or alien fucks people up, or fucking people get lost in space, people can't come back. It's always the same premise.
That's exactly what it is. I was like, people either you die on the space station, and then they lose communication, and then you lose the spaceship, and then blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's boring.
Like, space for me isn't scary. So if you're like, they're coming out with like a horror movie that's about like fucking space or whatever, I'm like, it's not scary. Because one, my ass ain't getting on no fucking spaceship, let alone a fucking airplane.
Oh my god.
But it's all the premises are mostly the same. Like, I like the designs of aliens and stuff. I like that. Yeah. I'll go for the designs. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that. But just watching it's not enjoyable. Like, I didn't come here for the plot or to see it. I usually just come. I'm like, oh, that alien looks dope. Let's go watch that movie.
Yeah. And gratuitous violence.
Ooh, I got that. Alright, best horror movie.
Best horror movies. Oh.
Yeah, I got you there, sir.
Hey, you stumped me on that one.
I got you there, sir.
Do you have a best horror movie?
For me, all of them are scary because I'm a little bitch.
So are we talking scariest, or are we talking best?
We're gonna talk scariest first, and then we'll get to the best.
Now, I don't find anything scary anymore because I've been so desensitized by, like, games and life in general, because life scares me every day.
Shout out to life.
Yeah, thanks, life. I will say, when I was younger, when I was way too young to be watching scary movies, and I was an idiot, I went over to my neighbor's house, and I watched The Grudge at about 11 years old, and I didn't sleep for 2 weeks.
See,
So,
that shit happened to me. That's why I like try and stray away from that shit. Cause I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm mentally stable. I'm like okay for society. But you show me a horror
shout out to
movie.
medication.
Yeah, shout out to anxiety. I get really fucking spooked. My mind obviously goes 80 miles per hour. Shout out to ADHD. Um, and so I'm watching it and I'm fine. But afterwards, then I start thinking about the shit, and I'm like, oh damn, this room's too dark.
Yeah.
So it's just usually me sleeping for 2 weeks with the light on and my cat in my lap.
Oh.
But when I was younger, my aunt was really into Chucky.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she would watch it every night when she was at our house. So,
Every
little
night.
old me, I was a rebel. I still am. I don't stop. The hustle don't stop when you're a rebel.
Oh,
So,
my God.
I hid behind the couch and watched it. And, I was like, oh, this isn't scary. It's just a doll. So, I was chill. Went back to my room that night. And I strategically remember screaming for my father because I was terrified of my Barbie dolls. He literally took away my dolls, all of them. He took my stuffed animals. He took literally everything. I had like a jump rope and some checkers in my room. Um, but from like that point on, I really stayed away from horror movies unless I was at my like grandpaps, because my grandparents let me do anything I wanted to do, and my
Yeah.
parents were like really strict. They still are, and I'm fucking an adult. But my grandparents were like, oh yeah, watch whatever you want. So I'm like on sci-fi. I'm like, oh, huh, uh, Nightmare on Elm Street. You,
Oh.
I'm watching that. I watched it and didn't sleep. Like I legit would not sleep.
Yeah, because Freddy would have got you.
That bitch would have got me. I would have let him too.
In me.
At this point now, as an adult, I I'll watch them. I don't get like super scared. Like I'll get those little instances where I'm thinking about it and then my body's like, ooh, ooh. But after that, I'm usually okay. Like I'll sleep in that and I'll watch them. But like certain ones, I won't watch. Like ones I know I'm gonna fuck myself up with, I won't watch. Like I refuse to watch Saw. I know that will fuck me up.
Yeah.
Um, I have already seen it.
Yeah.
My brother was like, "Oh, we're gonna go see The Foreigner, like that fucking Jackie Chan movie." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Sweet, my ass. I love that." And so we go in, and his girlfriend's with us, and they buy it tickets, because I had to buy my own ticket. They buy it
Yeah.
tickets, so I can't just. I'm like, I don't want to sit alone in The Foreigner, so I'm gonna go
Right.
watch it. The entire time, I had like peripheral vision of my brother sucking face with his girlfriend and a clown in front of my face. I'm like, this is a nightmare.
This is exactly what I have nightmares about.
This is exactly it. Killer clowns in my fucking brother's second face.
Ugh.
And my brother's not the fucking greatest kisser. I'm not saying that from personal experience.
Ew.
I'm saying that from like shout out to Virginia. Um uh, but like I've seen my brother kiss so many people and they just for me, I get like the vibe that they're genuinely disgusted, but it's a kiss, so they're like gonna let it go on. But he's so like my brother has huge front teeth.
Oh.
We got big teeth. Our mouths don't seem big enough to hold our teeth, okay? Like if we smile, our gums to lip to teeth ratio is out off the charts. It's too much.
Oh my God.
I'm not saying I have thick lips, but when I smile, I have no lips. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, my teeth take up that much of my mouth. And my brothers are bigger. And it's literally disturbing. Like, he talks, and you could just hear his teeth in his talk. Like, if people were to talk between their, like, through their teeth, it sounds like that. But you can see his mouth opening and his teeth parting. But it sounds like he's talking like this all the time.
That's so sad.
And then you're like, Dakota, what the fuck? Open your mouth. Just a little bit more, buddy.
Oh my god.
So that was the worst. I hate watching that, but I always seem to be in. I always seem to be in that position to watch him kiss somebody, and then I have to go like wash myself afterwards because I feel gross. I didn't partake in it, but I watched it. Now I feel disgusting. Shout out to Cake Farts. But like, yeah, I hated it. So that was my experience watching it. Obviously, it was scary. I hid in my shirt half the damn time. But you know me, avid fucking TV watcher. I had to peep a few times, and of course, it had to be the scariest time.
Of course.
You know, if they're all riding their bikes or whatever through off the fucking road, and I'm in my shirt, and then they're like, the clown, and I'm like, but what that bitch look like?
Well, you're scared of clowns too, though.
I'm terrified of clowns. But my dumb ass is like, if they say the clown, I'm gonna be like, huh? And then I see him in my dreams.
Lord.
I literally came home from that, and my mom painted our kitchen red.
Oh.
And I slept in the dining room, obviously. My bedroom was the dining room, because we're poor. And the fucking opening for the island, from the dining room into the kitchen, there was an opening there, like a bar or whatever. And there was a little divot off of the roof that was just blood red. And I would like, my peripheral vision was like, that's a fucking clown. Tommy's like whipping around. I'm like, I ain't sleeping down here. So I went up into my fucking little sister's bed and I'm like, hey, you need protecting?
You need protect.
I used to always make my little brother lay in my room with me. I always told him it was a sleepover. I just felt safer knowing that if somebody came in the house, I could throw him and get out. No, I'm joking.
I feel like that's something as an older sibling you do. Because when I was younger, and when I did watch The Grudge, and I admitted to my mother I watched The Grudge and I got in trouble, I slept in my brother's room on his floor for a little bit. And my brother was so young. He's like 5 years old. He didn't care at that point. So
just something about having company makes you feel safer.
yeah, even though that company can't do anything.
Right? That company can scream louder than you, maybe. Depending on the situation.
Yeah.
But the most you could do is throw them at your attacker and get out of there as quick as possible.
It's true.
Brandon's the perfect size. At that point, when I watched that movie, Brandon was like maybe 4. I think he's like 6 now. I don't know. I have too many siblings. But
True.
I always woke Brandon up in like the middle of the night. I was like, hey, Brandon, you want to come have a sleepover? And he was always for it. He's like, oh, yeah, man. He didn't say that, but it was the same energy. He'd always drag his blanket down into my room, and he'd snuggle by my feet. I'm like, whatever, I'm chill. And that happened after I watched fucking the Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that happened to me, man. Whenever fucking Foxy or whatever put his hook over that crib, oh, that shit scarred me. I was like, wait. He can put his claw over my crib.
My crib.
So I always put Brandon up, like, by my head. And every time I heard, like, the faintest noise, I was like, Brandon, you awake? I want you to be ready.
We need to run.
We need to go. Like, not playing favoritism with my siblings, because obviously I love them all. But if it came down to it, I'd probably grab Brandon off of first instinct. Because Brandon's my dude.
Brandon's my dude.
Brandon's always been there for me, man. Like, if I needed my air punched, Brandon was there. If I needed something in my room punched, Brandon was there.
He
Like,
covered all the punching.
he did. The punching, the kicking, the gun sounds, he was on it. Like,
Heck yeah.
You could hear him coming down the stairs at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, Brandon, hello, good morning. And Brandon would like kill spiders and shit for me, so I feel like if somebody came in the house, I would protect Brandon, mostly. Like Jesse,
Brandon would protect you.
pretty much. Like, I'd grab a bat, and he'd grab like a bigger bat, and I'd be like, okay, I'll just sit over here then. Like, I'm coming in with like
bats.
I'm
He has
like,
Fist of Fury.
True. That bitch coming in with the whooshy finger hold from Kung Fu Panda and shit.
Skadoosh.
I can't tell you how much he started fighting after that movie.
Jack Black, you are a bad influence on children.
Well, my dad's a martial artist, so naturally he came out of the womb wanting to throw hands. Pretty sure we all did.
I mean, just in life. Life makes you want to throw hands.
That's very true. I just want to throw hands to get up in the morning. I'm like, God damn it.
You wake up and your fists start flying automatically. You don't even have your eyes open yet.
Muscle spasms. Could you imagine that? Your mom just comes in to wake you up. He's like, oh, get up for school, Michael. And you just start flinging hands. Like, my child is violent.
Oh my god.
Like that.
We got off topic again. So far off topic.
I felt like we stayed on topic because we were talking about being scared.
No, we were talking about the scariest scary movies, and you talking about your brother and his teeth, and talking about how you felt like you needed to wash yourself afterwards.
It was so
And
gross.
then you were scared and you went home after another movie, and your brother protects you, and then you said you'd save him if someone broke into your house.
That's scary situations, man. All of them.
So is the scariest scary movie Chucky, or is it for you?
I don't know. They're equally bad.
For different reasons.
Very true.
Okay, so what's the best scary movie? Like the one you enjoyed even though you were scared?
The Babadook. I love that.
The what?
The Babadook.
Oh, yes. Gay icon, the Babadook.
Yes. Babadook. I said duck because I'm gay.
Duck. I thought you said duck, and I was like, there's a duck movie? Mine is Scream. All of the Scream movies are fantastic. Because I am scared of things that will happen in real life.
True.
So any movie that I'm like, oh yeah, that could happen. So like Final Destination and like you said, Saw. Those things can actually happen. So they terrify me. I don't watch Final Destination because I will become paranoid. But Scream, that's just a good old-fashioned serial killer movie. And I love the idea of copycat killers because that actually happens. So, big fan of Scream. Love it so much. That's iconic.
I hate the Paranormal Activity because growing up, like, my family's just spiritual in general.
Yeah.
So for me, I believe in ghosts and spirits and all that. And then I watched that. Then I'm like, Grandma, I know I did a lot of stuff, Please don't come back. Like, if you're gonna come back, like, do that weird ghost thing where you tuck me in. And, like, I get this warm feeling. Like, angels in the outfield type shit.
Warm feeling? More like cold feeling.
Well, I mean, granted, it's gonna be a cold feeling. But, like, knowing... I always have, like, a sense when my grandma's around, because she likes to knock shit over.
Nice.
So... And what really fucking freaks me out... We're gonna go on to the topic of Brandon again. I mean... Like... Brandon's, like, super connected to my great-grandma, obviously. But he was born after she died.
Yeah.
This shit freaked us out. Like, he legit, we were going through the family album one day, and a picture of her grandma was there. And he goes, oh, that's grandma and older. And my mom freaked shit.
Yeah.
She legit was like, Brandon, no one's ever told you about her. Like, we talked about her, but we never really showed him pictures. And we were going through it one day, because we wanted to show the kids, like, our, my great-grandpa and all that. Like, he died before I was born. So we were flipping through it and reminiscing, and Brandon goes, oh, that's grandma and older. My mom, oh my god, my mom. I swear to God, she was going to put, like, Brandon in, like, a salt ring or something. Like, no, Brandon.
Shout out to Supernatural Day.
Yeah, right? Shout out to fucking Supernatural Day. Series that built this friendship.
No, it's crazy because kids and animals are so in tune to, like, ghosts and spirits and all that stuff, and it's nuts.
That's why I like cats more than dogs, though. I love dogs.
Why?
Don't get me wrong. But, like, I feel a sense of, like, safety, not just, like, physical safety, but, like, spiritual safety. When my cat's around...
Physical safety, bitch, you can kiss that goodbye. Cats are lazy as fuck.
My cat will fuck somebody up. She's done it. But it wasn't for my accord. But dogs, for me, is like physical safety.
Well, dogs, like, okay, my dog Sandy, my house is haunted. I can say this with full, like, I'm fully aware and I can feel it that my house is haunted. But my dog Sandy, very small, rat terrier mix, she knows as well. So on the nights that they like to become a little rowdy, she gets up in my bed and all she does is like shake and stare at the door or stare at the empty space. And I'm like, okay, dude, I know. So she doesn't make me feel protected per se, but then again, I don't need protection because what's in my house isn't malicious. But she's just a pussy.
See, my cat's
So
a
I'm like,
different story. Like,
what?
my cat's a different story.
Yeah.
Like, we obviously have, like, a lot of cats. My dad's, like, a cat person. So growing up, there was always, like, 5 to 7 cats in the house at all times.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, my dad's crazy, dude. He's got 5 cats right now.
It's wild. I was going to say they pass because most of the time, like, you have spirits that will inhabit animals.
I didn't like that.
What?
Like, my cat, I don't like that idea.
Why?
That, like, a person could be in my cat. Like,
It's
a
true.
random ass person. Like, if I think of it as, like a family member died or whatever, and you get a cat, and it turns out to, like, be your family member or whatever, like a dog or something. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like possession for me is a weird topic. I don't feel like I want to be possessed or anything. I don't want any, obviously I don't lay in bed like, I really want to be possessed today. That's not
Some
something
people.
I fantasize about.
I don't know. The idea of possession doesn't really scare me. I mean, and it may not even be possession. It may be reincarnation. You know? So, And I'm not closed-minded to the fact that reincarnation could be a thing. So the idea of animals having, say, like the soul of a human, that's not surprising or alarming to me, whether it's through possession or reincarnation. Oh my god, I hiccup.
9/11, shout out to the Twin Towers. But I feel as if, me personally, I would take a cat over a dog. Depends on which is cuter. Some cats are just ugly. My cat's pretty. Some dogs are ugly too.
See, I love animals. I am more of a dog person. I love all dogs. So, all ugly dogs, beautiful dogs, any of the dogs. Cats make my nose itch. So,
I don't have that problem.
okay, so we talked about scariest. We talked about best. Do you have a worst scary movie? Just god awful.
Trailer Park Shark.
Fuck.
That was so bad, but because it was so bad, it was like good.
It's that good suck.
The good stuff. No, probably, probably, yeah, Trailer Park Shark. Never mind, I'm not gonna change my mind.
A couple years ago, went to a Halloween party. I've only gone to one Halloween party, but it was pretty sick. I don't know. I'm always busy on Halloween. So I went a couple years ago to a Halloween party, and they were playing this movie, and it was supposed to be a scary movie, I guess. The worst movie I've ever seen in my life. You'll never guess who directed this movie. He directed one of my favorite movies of all time. So he really, got better at his job apparently. This was a movie by Peter Jackson called Dead Alive.
I've seen that.
It is horrendous. It's the worst movie. I need to see what it's rated. Worst movie of all time, and it's so bad it's supposed to be good, I guess. And I hated it.
There was this alien movie I watched.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it's called. Like, I knew it was an alien movie, obviously. People got abducted. But not like kidnapped, abducted. But, like, these people, they got taken from, like, their hiking trip or whatever. It's always a hiking trip.
Mm-hmm.
All these teenagers go out to a fucking cabin to bang.
Yeah.
And they were, like, taken by this spaceship.
Oh?
And the aliens ripped apart their bodies.
Oh?
And modified them. And then dropped them back down to Earth and they turned into mutants.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a horror movie or not, but the way those aliens fucking, like, took people, like, they put them in this bath, right? And they hooked him up to all these wires, and then this dude was running around, he had got out of his fucking restraints or whatever, and he was looking for his girlfriend, he found her, and he went to lift her up out of the, like, pool thing she was in, and her whole half of her body was gone.
Yeah.
It was just wiring and fucking pipes. And he was like, what the fuck? And she's like, get me out of here. And he's like, I'm leaving. I was like, moving. And then he found his buddy, and his buddy was all fucked up. You know, half his body was gone. And he, like, grabbed his hand. He was like, you're not leaving. And he's like, bitch, you thought. And he ends up killing his best friend because he unplugs the pool.
Oh?
So he unplugs the pool, and the dude dies, obviously. For some weird reason. And then, I guess they wake up naked.
Whoa.
In the woods. That they were abducted in.
Christ.
And they found, like, their clothes, like, neatly thrown all over the place, I suppose. Like, this lady's boots were just sitting in front of this tree.
Oh.
and then like her shorts were like folded on a log, and I'm like, this is unrealistic. Those aliens weren't gonna be like, all right, I don't want you guys to be naked the entire time.
Let me fold your shorts for you.
Let me fold your shorts. But like she runs through the forest or whatever and finds this fucking lake or whatever, and her fucking boyfriend is some standing in it with his jeans on and no shirt. And I'm like, why didn't he find his shirt? Did they not fold it for him?
Lord.
And I guess then they're like trying to find their way back home or whatever, and then they find their other friends, and then they found their cabin, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you know, it was just a bad dream. We got messed up, and then the dude was like, we didn't even drink, and I was like, what the fuck is this movie? And then all of a sudden they're running from the cops.
Yeah.
Because I guess a murder happened, or the fucking feds seen like the ship leave the cabin, and so these kids got like markings on their backs or their necks or something. They got markings somewhere. And then they're fighting these fucking cops off or whatever, and they just start doing shit. Like this lady's phasing in and out of fucking places like fucking Nightcrawler.
Oh. Ooh.
And the dude gets shot. So he's laying on the floor bleeding out, and then after all the fighting's done, he just gets up. And then, you know, the movie cuts after that. Like, they go off into the woods, they're running, because I guess some dude that also seen, like, some freaking hillbilly, I rule the woods with this sniper rifle type dude,
Oh, God.
helped them with getting rid of the cops, and he's like, I've seen those marks before. And he's like, follow me. And like, so they went into the woods, and then they like stopped at this like cliff, I guess, and they were looking off. It was really nice scenery. They were looking off, and I guess they seen like the bottom of the ship or whatever. It was like a multicolored cloud, and they were like, it's coming. And then the movie starts, and then the movie ends. I was like, wow. Like, what? What?
All right, then.
I gotta find out what movie that was, because that was really bad.
It gives me the Dead Don't Die vibes. Shout out to Adam Driver.
Shout out to Bill Murray.
Shout out to Bill Murray. Shout out to Tilda Swinton.
Shout out to that movie.
Yes, it's a really good movie. You should go watch it.
You should. We're not going to spoil it because it's fairly new.
True.
But it's really good. It's not as bad as the Alien movie I watched.
No.
But I definitely, that movie scared me. I don't believe in aliens. I believe there's life, but I don't believe in like humanoid aliens wanting to fucking kill us. We suck. Like,
yeah.
we're trying to leave this planet. What higher life form that can build ships that goes through space would want to come here?
Right.
No, that doesn't make sense for me, personally. Like, if I was that higher being with more intelligence, you know, I would not come here. Yeah, I'd come here to kill everybody off, just for the fucking fun of it, but I'd blow the planet up. I'd be like the Talls from Invader Zim. Just blow it up. We're not even gonna stop.
Oh. What a disaster.
So yeah.
So yeah.
That movie was shitty, and my life was shitty. But yeah.
So that's it for this episode of the podcast where we swipe a hard left on politics and a hard right on making each other fucking laugh at nonsense.
and another hard right for Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And a hard right for Adam Driver.
hard right for that man. If you made it this long, thank you for listening in. And
See you
if you
next
liked
week.
it, do us a freaking favor and just clap that like button's cheek.
Smash that bell.
And definitely subscribe. You'll be doing us a huge favor, and you'll make us very happy that you actually like us.
Yes, because nobody likes us.
And we'll see you next Monday.
Woohoo! Bye!
Yeet!